Good morning, guys. Wednesday morning. Um, got a bunch of things I want to get done today. Number one, that driver's door. It's driving me crazy. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's the gap is too big at the top. It's actually rubbing on the jamb slightly, so it's got to be adjusted. So I got to pull the handles off, pull the door panel off, take the door off, and figure out what the hell is going on. I may have to remote the holes a little bit on the hinges, whatever. But I'm fixing it once for all, and that's it. I don't want to have to touch it again. It's just been fighting me all the way. I got a big spider climbing up my camera. So if you see something scary across your screen, it's just a little tiny spider. Anyway, yeah, so I want to get that done. I want to adjust the hood so it closes and opens, latches in good. And I'm expecting a couple of deliveries, one today and one tomorrow. Today, I believe it's the air breather for the engine, and tomorrow I'm getting a latch set up for my tailgate. I'll show you what that's going to be like. I'm probably going to have to make up like a striker plate to mount on the box. So I'll show you what's going on when that comes in. But for now, I'm going to get going on the door. I just want to finish all these little things that are hanging over my head, get them done, and then I can get this thing on the hoist. I'll get the e-brake cables in, and what else? Hook up the sending unit on the gas tank, and just kind of go over the whole thing, see if there's any other leaks or whatever. A couple showed up when I was running it. I think we got them now, but I want to make sure. So having it up in the air with get some light and some eyeballs on it and see what's going on. See if there's any wet spots anywhere or whatever. I've had things in and out since I ran it last time, so that's where these leaks are coming from. It's minor stuff, but it is what it is. So yeah. Stick around. I'm going to get after that door first again and get it done for good this time. Just tired of playing with it. All right, so I was just about to get into the door, and then there was a little tap on the door, the garage door, that is. This Amazon guy. Driver, of course, has no vowels in his name, so I don't even know how to say it, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to open it up right now, see what we got. I'm pretty sure it's the breather, because it's got a little bit of weight to it. Just move the camera here a little bit. Don't mind me. There we go. All right. There we go. One breather. It's not a bad looking piece. I'm going to fit it on the truck and see how she looks. So I just stuck it in place. I'll tell you, this thing's got some weight, man. It's a pretty quality piece. You know, it's aluminum, but it's got some ounces to her, and I think it looks awesome. I like it. It even comes with its own center stud, but it's an Allen head, and I don't know if it's a good idea, unless maybe I dig up the Allen key for it and throw it in the glove box for the guy. If you get stuck and you got to get out your car, you don't happen to have the Allen key, what do? It's not like a wing nut where you just zip it off, right? Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I've got 1,057 Allen keys, so yeah, I can throw one in the glove box, I guess. But yeah, I think it looks right on. I'm happy with it. kind of matches sort of ish the valve covers, and that filter can be cleaned out as well, reused. But you can buy the replacements as well. I've seen them online, so I like it. Pleased, quite pleased. All right, so back to what I was doing. So you can see the gap is pretty big here, especially in the front corner. This whole door needs to go up and that way at the top, because this gap is just too tight, and it actually rubs just a little bit. I'm already going to have to touch that up. So it is what it is. So anyway, I'll take the get the door panel off. Well, the handle's off first, the door panel. Undo. I'm going to undo one bolt on each hinge, upper and lower, and see if I'm maxed out on the adjustment. If I'm not, well, maybe I can just adjust it. Might get another pair of hands here to give me a hand with that, because it's hard to pry on things, tighten bolts and everything else at the same time. I only have 2 arms when you need 4. So once I get the panel off, I'll have a better idea. Like I say, I'll pull one bolt out of each hinge, and then I'll see if I'm maxed out on my adjustment up and to the front of the truck, and I'll go from there. Okay, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this or not, but I can assure you. Okay, if you look right there, there's the top of the hinge hole. So this door can't go up any higher on this, because the bolt is actually hitting the top of the holes on the hinge. So I maxed out on adjustment there. I do have a little bit of room in the bottom one. See that. Where is it? There we go. So there's a bit of room to go up on the bottom one. So I'll take the door off. I'm going to work these holes a little bit in the hinge. I might even do a little bit on the bottom just to make sure I've got the adjustment I need. And we'll get the door back on and get it in place and adjust it. What a pain in the ass. Okay, so I'm set up with my Doormaster 5000 to support the door while I unbolt it. And I've got a whole selection of little mini grinding stones and what have you. And this little guy here. I also have a drill if I have to. I'll sacrifice a couple of drill bits, but one or another of those holes are getting opened up, and get ourselves some adjusting room. So I'm going to go ahead, get the door off, and show you what I'm doing. Maybe I'll use some white marker or something to illustrate it. And yeah, let's get her done. All right, so I got the door off, and you can see wherever the white is, that's where I'm going to take it off. It's mostly, you know, maybe 1 o'clock position, 2 o'clock, something like that. So I'll open them up a little bit and see if we can pick up the adjustment I need and throw the door back on again. All right, so taking the material off, I put the door on. I've had it on and off at least a dozen times. I'm not getting anywhere with this. So what I did was, you can see it's still super tight. Now, I took the latch off, the door jamb, because it seemed to be preventing me from getting more adjustment. So what I want to do is I'm going to pull this thing off again, a little bit of more grinding on it. Also, this bolt here, the back one, was stripped. I have another bolt, I put it in, it seems to be grabbing. If I have to, I'll drill it out and rethread with something else slightly bigger, but for now that one seems to be okay. So I'm going to go ahead, pull this door off again, work on it a bit, and then I'm going to try and shim it in the hole without the latch. Use a paint stick or something to hold it in place where I need it, and then tighten the snot out of all the bolts, and hopefully it stays where it's supposed to stay, and we'll be all right. But man, this thing is just fighting me all the way. Okay, I've been fighting for almost an hour. Cannot get the door off. It is stuck on there. It will not come off that bottom hinge. I need an extra set of hands, period. I just can't do it by myself. I'm soaked from sweating, fighting with this thing. I've had wood in there trying to pry it back, wiggle it off, up and down, back and forth, yada, 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 whatever. Not happening. So I'm going to move on to something else for now, until somebody comes by and gives me a hand. Once I get the door off, then I'll start all over, take my time, and hopefully we can get it. Man, I'm getting pissed off and frustrated, I gotta tell you. All right, I'm moved up to the hood here. I want to get this closing in properly. So anyway, this whole setup here, you know, should be easy. Put in a screwdriver, adjust it in, up and down, whatever. It's C-solid. So I've got a socket on the top, the main bolt. It's a 3/4 inch bolt, or 3/4 inch socket, I should say. Vice grip, because screwdriver just won't hold it. It is seized on there real good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the whole mechanism off, gonna clean it all up, lube everything, get it so I can actually adjust it, and then we'll put her back in and go from there. Just one thing after another, man. It's not, I'm getting beat up on this one. I had to fight with it a little bit, but I did finally get it out. So, anyway, go. So the problem here is the threads are just all gummed up with rust and crap and whatever, and I had no adjustment. Just seized up. So I'm going to clean up all these threads. I'm going to work it into the hood. This is basically just a lock nut. So you leave that off, you get this adjusted to the right spot, and once it's there and the hood is closing, put your washer and your nut on, lock it into place, and you should be good to go. So like there's a threaded boss on in the hood. I'll show you that real quick. Well, so right there, it's threaded into that. So once you get your proper height, then you put the lock nut on the backside and hold it in place. So I'm going to finish cleaning up all these threads. I think it may have been out too far. I needed to go in a little bit, but I just couldn't turn it with the screwdriver. So we'll clean it up, get it moving, and see if we can get this thing to open and close properly. The problem with the hood here, there's adjustment up and down on the hinges, but that's it. There's no side to side, no in out that I see. If you know something I don't, let me know in comments, but I don't see any adjustment that way. So things have to be adjusted at the latch as far as I can tell. So that's how I'm going to work it. So we'll see how we make out. So once I clean it up and get it back in the hole and working, we'll figure out where we're at and when we need to lock it in place. Now the other part of the latch is underneath these sheets here. I put this here in case I drop something. There's also no side to side adjustment, just in and out here. So I may have to, you know, remote those holes a little bit so I got a little bit of side to side stuff working. But yeah, we'll start with this and then we'll get on that. Okay, so I've got full adjustment on this thing now, and turns nicely. Go right to the bottom. So I'll put my spring back on, get this in, and start playing around, see if we can get this thing to latch. Threads are nice and clean. I loop them up. There we go. All right, so get this all back in, come back and try it out. Okay, so I pulled this piece out. You can see how it's kind of knocked in here, and it's been going on for a while because it's kind of tore up a little bit, and it also interferes with your lever because this is down. It's interfering right here. So I'm gonna try and knock that back down, flatten it out. And then I'm going to remote these holes, so I got a little bit of side to side. I don't think I need much. Right now, the pin is hitting, well, you can see where the paint is missing. So it's been off center for a very long time. So I'm going to try and move it over a little bit, and then we could adjust it from there. But yeah, man, a lot of dicking around for something so simple. But whatever, it is what it is. Let's get her done. Okay, since I hung the hood, the only thing I was able to get catching was the safety one, this one here, that catches. But the one in the back, the pin with the spring on it and everything, not even close. So I put this back in. I don't know what the orientation is that way. I'll pull the camera down a little bit. So I beat this back up with a cold chisel and a hammer. You can see the paint's all messed up. I don't care. I'll probably just paint this piece black like the hinges. Why not? And it's installed all the way over to my right because it was hitting on the right side of the hole. So all we can do now is give it a shot, see if it latches at all, see what kind of adjustments I've got to make, and we'll go from there. So wish me luck. Okay, so it latches, but it's too far over this way. Way too far over. Don't mind me here. So, yeah, you can see it's real tight over there, and I got a big gap over here. So that tells me that that piece I just put in, the panel, it's got to go to the left a little bit, and so we'll play around with it. But as far as the height goes with that spring, I think we got it. Might have to come down just a little bit. See, I'm not sure. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it's a two-hand operation. Anyway, I'm going to pull that up, do some more adjustments on it, and see if I can get it to close and be equal gap on each side. Okay, I'm really close. Yeah, I actually did a little bit of this kind of action there, just brute force, and that helped. So, let's see what we got. It's not bad. Still got to go that way a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to do the old twisting motion and get it over there. But it's really close. So as far as height goes, there's not much I can do. I did have to lower that side in the corner over here, the passenger side. So I dropped the hinge down just a little bit. Yeah. So I'll just refund this thing a few more times, see if I can't get it to sit just nice. But you know, as far as unlatching it, it's not bad. So yeah, it is what it is. So like I said, I'll refund it a couple of times here. I'll do it right now. Oops. Better. You know, these things didn't fit fantastic from the factory, but it's getting better. I'll get her. Anyway, I don't think I have much more time left in this video anyway. I'm still going to wrestle with that door a little bit. But yeah, it is what it is. Partial success. Very partial. Man, all I'm digging around to get a hood to close and not fit. Nice. Sheesh. You know, sometimes you just get those couple of days there where everything just seems to kick you in the ass. And I've got my ass kicked for a couple of days now. And honestly, I'm getting kind of tired of it. My ass is sore. I'm done. So here's what I think is going to be the absolute perfect solution for the hood. I'm going to try and unbolt the rad support from the cross member underneath and see if I can shift the whole front clip over at the front, very front. A 1/16 of an inch will do it. That'll close the gap a 1/16 of an inch on the one side, open it up 1/16 on the other, and it should be right on the money. Can't be too hard to get a 1/16 of an inch. I know there's play there. You know, there's nothing to say that I've got that rad support exact center. So if I can just tweak it over just a touch, I think that'll do the deal. We'll see. Maybe next video I'll give it a shot, and if it evens out right on the money, well, perfect. So it's real close though. I mean, we can live with it the way it is. I'd like to close that gap on the passenger side up just a touch. Yeah, it's got to be done. But I'll try that. I think that's going to be my solution. I don't know how much more I can reef on those hinges without breaking something. I don't want to do that, or bend the hood or some freaking thing. So I think I pretty much maxed out on that option. The door, I'm not giving up until I got that thing closing right. This is bullshit. I had that thing closing really good before. I don't know what's changed, but yeah, gonna get that fixed up too. In the next video, I'm gonna have it working. I'm telling you right now, I'm not giving up. I did get my tailgate latching hardware. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it. It's a little bigger than I thought it was gonna be. You know, usually on Amazon or whatever, you see a picture of something, and then when you get it, it's half the size of what it looks like in the picture. Well, this one's the opposite. It's twice the size of what it looks like in the picture. But I think once it's mounted and in place, it won't look so bad. It's just the way it's set up in it right now. But we'll see. I'm jury's still out on that one. I'll show you that in the next video as well. What I got. I'm gonna get people yelling and screaming at me, telling me don't put that on. I'm gonna have other ones saying, oh yeah, that works. So whatever. Can't please everyone. And that's not what I'm here for anyway. I'm here to please two people, me and the owner of the truck, and that's all that matters. So yeah, anyway, if you like the content, please subscribe, tell your buddies, help share the video and all that stuff. Like the video, give her a thumbs up. Don't be shy, leave comments. All those things help the channel, help the algorithm, and is good for me, works for me. So you know, these are painless little things. Subscribing is free, costs nothing. More than half of my viewers are non-subscribed, and I know a lot of them are repeat viewers. They tell you all that. They give you all that stuff in analytics. So, you know, subscribe. And if you feel so inclined and want to support the channel, you can just go over to the right of the share button at the bottom of your screen. There's a little menu there. Click on that where it says thanks. Boom. You can buy old Dan a coffee or a beer or whatever. And any support is greatly appreciated. Keeps the cameras on and the lights on and the heat on and all those good things. It helps a lot. So, yeah. And if you're not doing anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.